So hello and welcome to our latest episode of the Kith Kin Podcast, Stories from the Hospitality Industry. I'm really happy to welcome Robert Holden here with us to tell us all about the ups and downs that have brought him to where he is today, and of course what makes the hospitality industry so special. So hi, thank you for coming and joining me with this conversation. So just to get started with an introduction to who you are and what you do.
Hi there, I'm Robert Holden. I'm the director of Showtime Attractions. We have mobile bars and we do events all around the country with our free bars that we have.
Fantastic. So tell me how you got to there. From where did you start to how do you get there?
So I was born into the fairground background. Travelling showman. I did fairgrounds up until 2020 when lockdown came. Obviously, lockdown changed everything. We was closed as an event park. We was running a park in Weston-super-Mare, and then with all the lockdowns that came in place, I built a mobile bar, and accidentally, it turned out to be the UK's largest mobile pub. It was never my intention to do that. It just happened to end that way. So that's the Showtime Inn, and then we did 2 or 3 events with it in 2020, truck shows, and we did a couple of truck shows in 2020 with it. And then lockdown 2 came, and whilst I was burning the rubbish from making the Showtime, which was the first bar we made, I came up with an idea that I fancied a German beer keller. So in talks with my dad, and he said, how big do you want it? So I told him the dimensions, and we used the roof off my grandfather's Dodge and Ride to make the beer keller and other bits and pieces as well.
Wow.
That turned out accidentally as well to be the UK's largest bespoke built beer keller that seats 145 people and holds 220. That's got its own bandstand. It's the last bar to have the ceramic taps fitted. There's a beer keller in Germany that ain't too happy with me somewhere, because the taps that was meant to go to the beer keller ended up in my bar. So that's how that one was made in lockdown 2. Me and my dad made that one, and then we just added to things really. We had a 20-foot container bar made as well. We made a 20-foot container bar, which is very similar to the Showtime, sells all the same beers and everything. The reason we had that one done is because when we was advertising the Showtime, people kept saying it may be a bit too big. So we was like, right, let's make a smaller version, and that's Marley's Bar. So we've got Marley's Bar as well. So we've got 3 bars. Then we do catering as well, and we've got a party bus. Don't know why I've got a party bus, but it seemed right to get one.
Amazing.
So that's pretty much how we got into the industry.
So you travel around with these. So what sort of events do you do?
So we do truck shows, county shows, World War II reenactment, festivals like music festivals, this other stuff as well. A running event, just any kind of large scale event with the big bars. But we also do smaller events as well, which I do take the big bar to the Showtime. I take that to be honest with you, I use the Showtime the most because it's always a selling point for an event as well to have the UK's largest mobile pub there. Obviously, it comes part and parcel of it. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but that's the nature of hospitality. We can all put everything in the best places, and we can all have an educated guess. But at the end of the day, everything relies on weather on outdoor events.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, so what is it that you enjoy so much about running these bars and these outside events?
For me, it's seeing different places, and especially the thing is as well, we do about 4 or 5 truck shows a year, and where we do these truck shows, we kind of made a lot of friends with it as well. So we go places all over the country, and we see people that, we might see them twice a year, 3 times a year, or we might see them more than that. We've made a lot of good friends outside of the event industry through doing these shows, and I have a strong connection with them, i.e. it be mechanic, tyre fitters, people that do stuff that go to those events. We've made good friends with those as well. So it's not about just going somewhere and rocking up, opening it up, taking the money. It's more than that for us. I make friends out of it as well.
And do you think it's similar to the fairground experiences? Is it a similar kind of industry? Yeah.
It's similar because a lot of the shows we do, I know a lot of people that go there with the fairground, so it's similar. Although we're not technically on the fairground, I still see my friends that are there.
Yeah.
So it's similar, but just different. I'm not fighting for the same pound as anybody else. We go somewhere, we'll be the only bar there. We open longer. My mates come into the bar after they've finished their day's work, and we have a catch up and a drink. And, it's nice like that.
Brilliant. So where do you want to build this to? I mean, where do you see it in the future?
For me, I don't want to be rich out of it. I don't want to be rich. I would like it to be where I can be in a position where I can say, I want to do that, and I can go and do whatever it be. It's not about money for me. For me, mainly, what my company does is keeps my head full. I learned a long time ago that my head needs to be full. It doesn't do well with sitting doing nothing.
That's really interesting, because I think that's quite a common thread with lots of people working in the industry, that hospitality is actually, there's quite a lot of complexity and it's always changing, and that satisfies people's need for that sort of always changing and always problem solving. And I guess that's sort of the same as what you're doing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I could take the easy way out and I could go and do a fairground, and I know I could go and earn a bit of money out of that. That's the easy way. I was born into that. I know how to do that. This is slightly different. It's a relatively new company. It's 4-year-old. And it brings a whole lot of different challenges. Fairground is easy. I say it's easy. It's not easy. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I know that. And it's kind of taken me from what I know into something else that I'm learning different things with, And
I guess it allows you to be really creative as well. So you've created these bars and sort of seen an opportunity and found out how to create these things.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, it's kind of, they're my stamp. It's my style. I mean, fairground rides, like I said, I used to have a set of dodgems. All dodgems are pretty much the same. You can change them. You can have different colours. You can have different things. You can have different cars. You can have different things and personalise it somewhat that way. But at the end of the day, it's a set of dodgems where my bar is my taste. I've personalised it to what I want. I've put in the beers that I want. I've put in the ciders that we want in there. We're not tied to anybody. And at the drop of the hat, I could look at it and go, you know what? I'll change it. So it gives you that extra flexibility as well.
Yeah, and I guess that also reflects in your customers. So the customers you attract into that, whether it's the events themselves or whether or not it's the people coming through it, they're people who share that what they want to experience what you've created.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I mean, I made the first bar, the Showtime. Me and my dad made the second bar, the beer keller. Now, the thing is with that, yes, all well and good, I made that, and me and my dad made the second one. But there's one thing that these bars have everywhere they go that we couldn't make, and that's a great atmosphere around them, And touch wood, everywhere we've gone with them, they've always had an amazing atmosphere. And that's something that I can stand back at and look and think, we made that happen because that's my thing that's doing it. There's people around it, it's buzzing, the music that comes out of it, everyone enjoys, so that's a great thing to look at it as well when, people are enjoying themselves around something that you've created. It's a good thing.
No, absolutely. So we always say that, and there's sort of bring up all the time when we're talking to people in their stories that some of the biggest lessons that people learned are from the mistakes they made. Is there any sort of obvious sort of time when you've made a mistake that you've sort of had an opportunity to learn from?
Loads. For me, it's trying to. I mean, every event for me, I always make a mistake at. Every event, either I overorder, I underorder. You know, and you try and gauge it after a couple of years. You're like, right, okay, we can do that, we can do this, and we can go somewhere for 2 or 3 years running at the same event, same advertising, same thing, and I can guarantee you that those events that you think are the same are not, because you never know what's coming through those doors. So like I say, it's all an educated guess, and that's what it is. And for us, with our bars, we just need to be open more, because what tends to happen with us is we go somewhere, we open, we have a great weekend, and then we're packed up for 2 or 3 weekends, and then we go again. So for me, I need to fill those gaps, and that's something that we're learning on how to push our business a little bit more. Because to be fair, my business, is more word of mouth than actually looking for stuff. People have approached us for things.
Yeah.
So I'm always learning how to push our business more.
Yeah, fantastic. So if people want to find you, obviously I'll put in the show notes, I'll put links to how to get you. But can you tell people how can people get in touch and find out about you?
So obviously on LinkedIn, this is where we made our connection.
Yeah.
So the bars also have their own Facebook pages as well. So there's the Showtime Inn, a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And then there's the Southern Lodge Beer Keller Facebook page as well.
Fantastic. I will make sure that those links are in the show notes. It's been really fascinating chatting to you and finding out and how amazing to own the UK's largest mobile pub. That was
by accident.
Fantastic.
It was by accident.
As these things do tend to be. But brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. So lovely to chat with you. And we'll speak again soon.
Cheers. Thank you.